To meet Ari is a whirlwind. She's an incredible human being. She's full of energy, and that's one of the things that really attracted me to her. And you really have to be on your A game just to catch up with her. So, so we got to know each other, and eventually we wound up marrying each other, and she had a daughter, and quickly it became an instant family. And then we moved up here to the Fresno area. We moved up to Shaver Lake, and we quickly became firefighters. Ari became an engineer, and she has a lot of pride in that. Wherever you go, she'll tell you, I'm not only a firefighter, I'm also an engineer, and I think that brings her a lot of pride, and as it should. She's learned it. She's learned how to really maneuver that engine, and she's very good at it. And then obviously we got hit with the biggest fire in California, the Creek Fire.
Golf, Custer 516, airground.
We came back to see the devastation of what was left behind. This fire pretty much evaporated everything in its path.
We had 88 homes in our community, and this is simply Cressman Road and the roads that connect with Cressman Road. Of those 88, only 22 survived, so we had a 75% loss.
And Ari had to make some tough calls, and you could hear it in her voice. Your home is gone, and so she's feeling the pain of their loss, and I think it still affects her today. We can't watch a show about a fire without her crying.
We're in a bad spot.
Every morning at 5 a.m. she would wake up and she would send out reports to everyone. So by the time our neighbors woke up, holding that first cup of coffee, they had a full report of what happened the day before, and they were ever so grateful. And the calls came in, and is my house still there? Is there a lot of damage? Has anything been ransacked? And we assured everyone that we were there, and we did patrols, and we went through every single home that we could.
So it was really just constantly making sure that there was nothing burning that was going to take out another house. We might sometimes find a tree that was burning that could go across the road. So there would be loggers that would come up. CAL FIRE would send them up. They'd cut the tree, things like that. And sometimes we had a tree burning behind our house, about 140 feet, burning up the middle, and all we could do was watch it burn. You couldn't cut it, you couldn't do anything. So sometimes you just had to watch and make sure that nothing else happened adjacent to that one hot spot. Either Peter or Joe was driving the patrol, and they managed to drive over two great big nails right in the tire. And over the next month, that patrol was on rocky roads, dirt roads, hot, fiery roads. The miles it traveled in this community was amazing, and the roads were terrible where it was going. But it kept going, and it was fine. And then it was on October 7th. Peter had gone back to work. Joe had gone back to work. Fire engines weren't on my pad, and I was standing on the deck right here, and it was really eerie. It had never been that quiet in so long, it seemed. And I looked at the patrol, and the tire was flat. And I wrote something up because I looked at that patrol, and it was like the patrol said, I still get choked up, "You're okay now. Sorry, you're okay now. You have to fix me." But it got us through times where without it we could have been in real trouble. I can't believe I got choked up again. But it was, I guess the thought was sometimes you just have to wonder, It was really an intense emotional point when we suddenly had to fix the tire.
You know, you go through these experiences, and you don't realize how much adrenaline you're going through, and what's keeping you going. And then when the quiet comes, you realize you miss it. You miss the rush. You miss we got to go, we got to work, we got to do this, we got to do that. And then you start to unwind, and then you realize, wow, did we just go through that? And yeah, you did. And so, and that's why I tell Ari to take a few minutes to absorb what happened, and to not keep going all the time, because you have to unwind and you have to catch your breath. But it's part of you've got to take care of yourself physically and mentally and spiritually, so that when the next round comes around, you're much better prepared.
Gonna get you out of there.
Oh, watch me.
Ari's been a great addition to the fire department. She has a lot of creative skills. She's very much an artist in her spare time, and so when it comes to doing documentation or interesting things for the fire department, she takes on those tasks. She's also been a heavy donator to the fire department. She creates things, wonderful sculptures with old fire hoses and things, and sells them and gives a portion of the profits back to the fire department. And so she's helped us out on many of our donation drives. We are, bake sale funded fire department. She took over our main fundraising a few years ago for our main barbecue, and last year, even through COVID, she was able to bring in quite a lot of money through her creativity. So she's been a huge asset in that way, as well as a driver in the engine. It's been an old boys club, honestly, and she has broken that barrier, and she is a driver. I would trust her with any of our rigs, and it's been wonderful having her on the department.
Ari, I can't think of anyone more deserving than you of this award. This is the Valley PBS Mr. Rogers Award. You deserve this more than anybody, and I love you dearly. I know you're going to start crying.
No, I'm not going to cry. I swear I'm not going
But
to cry.
this is for you, and I nominated you, and I think
Thank you.
well deserved.
Thank you.
Well deserved it.
Everything I did because it makes me happy and because it was the right thing to do, but this is really cool too.